Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm at MB Motorhomes in Bury near Manchester and I'm here to review this. This is the HYMER B-MCI 680. I'll explain that a little bit more to you so you understand what all those letters mean. Now, the BMC line, it is available in the integrated model, as we can see here, otherwise known as A-Class, or the T, which is the semi-integrated. So let me just show you that here on this number plate. So B, this is the B-Class. The MC refers to the line, it's the modern comfort, and the I refers to the fact that it's integrated. The 680 refers to the length and the layout. So that's just a little bit of an explanation. Now, Modern Comfort, the only thing that sits above Modern Comfort in the HYMER range is the Master line, the ML. So we're pretty near the top in terms of the level of luxury and what we're expecting from this motorhome. HYMER are a premium German manufacturer, as you may well know, and they do sell a massive range of motorhomes and van conversions. I will put a link down here so you can check out the full range. So let's make a start with some facts and figures on the BMCI 680. What do we need to know? Well, the good thing is this whole range is based on the 3.5 ton Mercedes chassis. So if you only have your category B driver's license, you can get into one of these. This one here at MB though, it is based on the Mercedes 4.4 chassis. So if you have got your C1, you can go heavier to get more payload. Let's talk about the price first of all. It's always important. So the MCI 680 prices start at £124,000. This one at MB's got quite a bit of equipment on it, and we can see the price here just over £148,000. So that's where you're going to be in terms of cost. As I mentioned, it is based on the Mercedes. It has a 2-litre diesel engine and comes standard with 150 horsepower, although you can increase that if you want. And this one has the automatic gearbox. In terms of its size, this is one of the largest in the range. The 680 is 7 metres and 39 centimetres. It's 2.3 metres wide. And it's 2 metres and 98 centimetres in height. And as I've already mentioned, you can have it in 3.5 tonnes or you can have it over 4 tonnes, all the way up to 4.5 tonnes in fact. Let's make our way down the near side first of all. Now this one at MB is in the white paintwork. The white paintwork comes as standard. There is an option to have the whole vehicle in the crystal silver paintwork. So if you want a silver motorhome, that is an option too. At the front here, we can see the Mercedes black alloy wheel. And then on the near side, now because it is a European manufacturer, a German manufacturer, our passenger side is on the near side. Obviously in Europe, where they're left-hand drive, this would be into the driver's side. But here in the UK, this accesses the passenger side, and we'll just have a look in there now. So we've got the door with the window, the electric window. The good thing about the A-Class or integrated motorhomes is you get that beautiful large front windscreen and then these nice big side doors. There is an electric step which operates when you open the door. I'll close that now and it'll shut. So there we go. Continuing down, so we can see the graphics for the 2025 year. This is where we'll be filling the diesel tank. And now we come down to part of the storage. So this is the near side. Now, first of all, let me open this one for us. Now in here, if I open that, open that, this is where you're going to find the storage for the gas bottles. In here, this will take 2 11-kilo gas bottles. So that's where you'll store that. And then moving down, there is the vent for the Truma air-blown heating. This model has the Truma air-blown and hot water system. And then under here, we do find some storage in the floor, and this goes all the way underneath, so we can see there. So that's useful if you do have long pieces of equipment, maybe skis or kayaks or things like that that you need to store. There is this handy little clasp. When you open that, you can use this clasp to hold that up as well. This is our water filler point. Now the brilliant bonus of this 680 is the size of the water tank. HYMER always have really good sized water tanks. 180 litres of fresh and 150 litres of grey waste. Those are excellent sized tanks, especially if you are off-grid for some time or if you like to shower as well on board. So great amount of water. The garage, we'll have a look from the off side because I've opened that for us. So that's the second garage door. And then the rear of the 680, the HYMER logo up there. There is a rear view camera. the Mercedes badge, and then we see the light cluster here. So it's a big white back end. If you opted for the crystal silver paintwork, obviously it's going to be a big silver back end, but really nice back end there on the HYMER, the B680. Continuing round, so this is the second door into the garage. If I open this up for us, the bonus with the European manufacturers are the huge garages. So in this one, there is an external shower, and then we've got the solid metal floor there, great for cleaning it off if you've had e-bikes or things like that in there. And if you have got that higher payload, you can always look to put a scooter or something like that heavier in that rear end, but always be careful of your rear axle weight. I'll close that up. Now we can see the offside of the motorhome altogether. Just gives you an idea to look at it from this side as it is. Continuing down, the electric hookup point, then we have our toilet cassette box point here, a gas barbecue, and then there's the vents for the tower fridge and freezer that we'll see when we go inside. You do also get on this one fitted at MB the huge two-lay wind out awning, and then the habitation door. You'll notice that there is no door here into what would be our driver's side. That door is on the near side. And then finished off with these really great wing mirrors, electrically operated. But the great thing with the integrated or A-Class motorhomes are these coach-like wing mirrors. So that's the exterior of the Mercedes-based BMCI 680. What we'll do next is we'll dive inside. I'm going to whip off my shoes and we'll go and take a look. Okay, so inside the 680. Now, this one at MB has got quite a bit of optional extra equipment, which is why it's £148,500. So some of the bits I show may be optional extras, especially things that you can see up here in the front and as we go back. Now, this motorhome, this is the 4-berth variety. You can have an optional 5 berths. You can make a separate bed out of this. So 4 to 5 berths and 4 travel seats. Let's start at the front. Now, because this is integrated, we've got this great front windscreen so we can look out there. Brilliant for seeing the road when you're on your travels. There are blinds at the front windscreen and all the windows within the motorhome itself. Now on the Mercedes, we've got the infotainment system. This is the automatic. It's got the leather steering wheel with multifunction as well. That's just here, obviously over my shoulder. The captain's chairs, the finish on this one is the fabric finish. It's the dark grey. Just pull down the handles, the armrests here so you can see those. And what you do find as well embossed on the fabric is the HYMER name here as well, which is quite a nice finish. Now, with integrated, what you'll get is this drop-down bed here. So this is going to be 2 berths above me. When you drop this bed is 194 centimetres by 145 wide. So a good size double bed for adults or children. So that's above me there. Let me move back. Now let's first of all just start down below. Now the HYMER has a double floor. It's all one level as we can see here. There is storage underneath as well. You can see all these different compartments. There's various things under a couple of them, but you've got storage there within the floor. This is our lounge area. So this is easily going to seat 3, 4, 5, even 6 people. You've got your seats here, the L shape as we can see. We've got our table, and then here on the off side there's an additional little seat here to sit at as well. It might be if you're using this captain's chair, you use that as a bit of a footrest. You can see the fabric finish on the cushions that come with it as well, these scatter cushions. So that is a nice lounge area for when you are on site and you're wanting to relax. You can see on this one we have got, if I just show you this drop down netting. There is also under there, if I lift up, a blind as well. So you do also get an additional blind under there. It's not just that fabric. Coming back to the offside. So here's the habitation door that we came in. There's the control panels here for the HYMER itself and for the Truma air-blown heating and hot water. Then as we move down, we find the habitation door. You do as well get the blinds fly screen on there, and then a little bin as well for our rubbish. On this side, there's the button for the electric step. There is an electric step here on the off side, some light switches and a plug socket. This one here at MB, we see we've got the television here fixed onto this wall. There's a bracket there. You bring that out, swivel it around, and this is where you're going to be watching the television from. There is also, if I just open this up, a small storage cupboard here. Now what I like, and I always mention this, is you have got these elastic bands here, because what you find with a motorhome is when you arrive on site having driven and you open your cupboard, things tend to fall out on you. Whereas when you've got bands like this, you can secure the things that are in there. So that's something to look out for when you are looking for a motorhome. We also find here a hook here, as well as hooks here for coats as we've come in. Over onto the near side, I shall open this up for us. There is a good size locker here above the seating area, and you'll also see a nice lamp as well there. On this wall, we've got the benefit of a plug socket and the USB charging point. So if you're using gadgets at the table, you can charge those. And there's a further 2 plug sockets here as we make our way into the kitchen area. They're always useful for if you do use kettles and coffee machines and even air fryers, things like that. So plug sockets there. The kitchen area, this is nice. We've got a really nice grey, almost like a graphite colour splashback. The kitchen window, a blind and a fly screen. And above it, there is a good size storage cupboard. Now on a premium brand, I do want premium features for £148,500, and I do like that there is a coloured wood finish within that cabinet, as we can see, and very strong hinges. I felt that straight away soon as I opened up the cupboard. So strong hinges. And then we have light there for our kitchen area. And then we move down. There is some worktop space. There's always a compromise in a motorhome. You don't get the same worktop space, but we've got worktop space there. And I always recommend as well that you use your lounge table for additional worktop space if needs be. So here we go. Then we have a sink cover. Show you that there. So this can be used as a draining board when you're not using it. The sink itself with 2 plugs there. And then coming across, we have the Thetford oven and grill and hob. If I open this up, 3 gas burners. It's pretty standard on European manufacturers not to use an electric hot plate. They rely generally on the gas, unless it's more of an off-grid vehicle. And these days you'll actually find induction hobs. So 3 gas burners there. And coming down, the Thetford gas grill under there. And then the Thetford gas oven. And just under that, if I pull this out, we have a nice drawer fitted here as well. And push that back under, and they've got a nice clasp to them, these. They feel quite solid. Light switches here, and then in this drawer we can see we've got more drawer space. We've got this here, if you can just see here, it actually tells you can put your spoons, your forks and your knives. So that's quite nice, telling you what to do. And then down here we have another slide out, and this here you could well use that as a food recycling caddy or a small recycle bin, obviously up to you what you choose to do. So that's the near side kitchen. Now over back on the off side, we have got a 142 litre tower fridge and freezer. This is a Dometic appliance. It runs off gas if you're off grid, and if you're an electric hookup, it'll run off that electrical hookup system. So have a look in there. It's what's known as an absorption fridge and freezer. If people talk about compressors, that just runs solely off the electric, but this one, absorption, gas and electric. And it does have this nice finish to it as well. It's a slightly off black colour that you can see. Now before I move backwards, we'll just look upwards. There is a huge sunroof down the centre of the HYMER. Again, that has a blind. You operate it here, you pull that and twiddle that. And there's some nice lighting dotted about as well. This motorhome does feel quite light and bright, and what HYMER have done is they've used this lighter colour wood. HYMER used to be very reliant on dark wood, whereas now we've gone lighter and brighter, and it does improve the space. Now I'm going to move back and I'll just show you these. So this probably more than likely is going to be a couple's motorhome, but if you are using it for more people, you do have doors to separate these spaces. Now on a night time, it might be that you choose to use this door to separate your bedroom space from the front habitation, and you close that door as such. This is a big solid door. You can probably hear that. So we've got that centre door. I'll show you the washroom as we work our way around. But if we come back this way, above here there is an extractor fan. Now there isn't an air conditioning unit fitted to this motorhome, but you could fit one at extra cost. Your dealer would be able to arrange that for you. So you can have air condition fitted. Coming down, the shower is on the near side. Now I mentioned outside about that 180 fresh water tank, 180 litre tank. So if you like to shower on board, this is the place for you. Now, plastic doors, they are frosted, so you do have some degree of privacy. And what I like is this piece here, this piece of plastic. One, you can hook it over there to make sure you can keep these doors closed, but also you can take this off and use it as like a squeegee to wipe down the shower doors as well. So that's a multi-purpose there. I'm going to step into the shower. Now you'll see there's the wooden slat there. You can use that, or you can take it out and put it there to step on as you get out of the shower. People do different things with them. I prefer not to have them in the shower. Up here, we've got a pole here for towels, so you've got a towel rail, a further sunroof here, open that for ventilation, and then the shower itself. I like this style, I like the finish here, it's that thin style. There is a light there, and then a little rail around. I'll just move around here. So we can see the shower itself, it's an all-one plastic finish. This motorhome, 7 metres and 39 centimetres, so it's a reasonable size motorhome. You can get bigger, obviously, but the benefit of this, it is giving you a separate shower and washroom. I prefer that personally. It's not the biggest shower in the world, but at 7.39 metres, that's a good usable shower. And I like to shower on board personally. So that's the shower space. We'll do the washroom as we go around. Let's dive into the bedroom next. There's a couple of features I want to show you here. Now, this is the next 2 berths. So we had 2 on our drop-down bed, and we've got 2 back here. These are longitudinal beds. You can either use them as singles, as we see here. This bed is 2 metres and 2 centimetres in length, and it's 86 centimetres wide. This one is a little bit shorter. It's 190 centimetres long and 86 centimetres wide. So as long as you are not over 190 centimetres, which is pretty tall, you will certainly fit on this bed. This one's a really good length at over 2 metres. So in terms of length, excellent. The reason this one's shorter is because of the shower cubicle. So that's why this one's a bit shorter. So you can use these as singles, longitudinal, or you can use this extra part here, which is just fastened up there at the moment. I won't get it out. You bring that down and you place it here. This then becomes a huge double bed. So it's totally up to you how you and your partner choose to sleep, singles or doubles. The great thing is, and I'll show you this first, if you've put this in place, you may be wondering, how do you climb up? Well, what HYMER have done is under here, if I lift this like that and I pull this down, there is a concealed step. I've demonstrated this in another video before, so I won't go fully into it, but you put your fingers under there, we lift this up, it's going to pull out, this ladder here extends, and you place it down on the floor, and then you can climb up onto that double bed, which is basically going to be ending here. So that's the additional step. As I say, I won't fully demonstrate that now, but you don't need to worry, there is a ladder to climb up on if you're using it as the double bed. Now coming round, let's start on the far wall there. So this model here at MB, there is a television that's been put in. Then we have a storage cupboard, and there's some nice lighting as well around the top of the motorhome. So storage, and then as we move around, if I slide up here, you can see further cabinets above the bed, 1 and 2, lighting underneath as well, further light switches, and this grey finish headboard. And then behind me, there's also another cupboard here, and we have got the windows and some shelving. So if you're in bed and you want to charge your gadgets or you're using them, you can put them up here, or equally a drink or a cup of tea. The windows do open and they have got the blinds. There's a further privacy curtain just there, so you can slide that across or you can close the door, it's up to you. The only thing I'll mention with these privacy curtains is when they're not full length, like this one here, when you pull it across, it's only going to come across here. so you're not covering the bottom half of you. So if you are getting changed down there, just be mindful, people may see you. Right, let's have a look under the beds. So under the near side bed, we can see this wardrobe space. So under here, you're going to be able to put your clothing, bits and pieces. And under here, we've got the other side of wardrobe space. You'll be able to see up here, there'll be a rail. There is a light in here. I'll just turn that on. It might have just affected the camera, but at least you can have a proper look in there. So that's more space for clothing, bedding, bits and pieces like that. Now, in terms of the washroom space, that is here on the off side. So what I'll do, I'll let you dive in there and I'll talk you through it. Now, I like this little space. That door is a very solid door. Then we have the mirror, and there are some hooks as well for our towels or dressing gowns. There's the toothbrush holders, the sink, and there is this cabinet which is finished in that nice lighter coloured wood. The toilet there, the Thetford swivel toilet, and the wash basin. And I like that there isn't intrusion above the wash basin, so when you are using it, you can get your head right in there, and there's the further additional mirror as well. That's a nice washroom space, and when the door's closed as well, it does give you a nice degree of privacy back here in the motorhome. So that is the washroom. So I like that. Now, I always say there's a compromise, and I've got to think about what the compromise is on this motorhome, and I'm staying back here because this is where I feel it is. So the lounge is a really nice area. There's plenty of headroom in this motorhome. Good size shower, good size washroom, and they're separate, which I personally like. These beds are good size length, good size width. The compromise for me is, yes, there's some wardrobe space here and a little bit of wardrobe or shelving space there, but there doesn't seem to be as much cabinet space in here. So to me, the only compromise is I feel that these cabinets, yes, they're a good depth, but because they've not gone all the way around, we've lost a little bit of storage space. Now, if you tour a long time, you know, you're going into Europe, you might be taking more clothes. So that is the only compromise that I personally would find if I was going for 3 or 4 weeks. Might not bother you. So yeah, that is literally it. Otherwise, great kitchen, brilliant sized tower fridge and freezer, and I really like this lounge. Let's dive out and just have one more look at that exterior. I'll see you outside. So there we are, that is the HYMER B-MCI 680, an integrated motorhome. As I said, there's plenty of other layouts available, so what I'll do, I will put a link down there to the HYMER website and also to the MB website, so you can check out the full range of HYMERs that they do have available. Thank you to MB Motorhomes who have invited us to come and film today, that is appreciated. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.